What's up?
Trekkies.
So,
Sad thing is I was kind of expecting you to do that, and I was like, yeah, that'd be really cool if we did that. You do it with your hand. That's a shocker.
I was doing that.
Because it looks like you did that.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
Do you want to try it again?
No. So, that thing I posted on Facebook today.
About the 46, 47 ways?
6.
Ways that Janeway is sassy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they started repeating some after a while.
Well, a lot of them were the same kind of thing.
Yeah. But it made me kind of think about, you kind of having a weird... You're kind of having nostalgia going through that entire thing, because it was just stuff from all throughout the series.
Yeah.
And they could have done 46 times Dax was being a brainiac or a smartass or something like that.
Yeah.
And that would have probably done the same thing. So I was thinking like maybe you have some sort of... Now that it's been a while, I mean, the last one we finished was Next Generation. Was that here? No, that was over at the other place because you were already reviewing season 6. We didn't finish watching anyways. But now that it's been at least 3-4 months, is there anything that, you have in your mind?
No, the question you asked was very apt. Do I have anything in my mind? And the answer is kind of no. It was a lot of fun. I mean, not just Voyager, but watching Star Trek with you.
Okay.
Reading through that stuff about Janeway being sassy, it did. It reminded me a lot of how much of a romp Voyager was. And it reminded me of...
Romp?
Good-natured, fast-paced-ish.
Okay, so not sex.
Adventure.
I always hear of a romp in the hay.
Yes. We probably hear of a roll in the hay or a romp in the sack.
No, I've heard of a romp in the hay. The only time I heard roll in the hay was on Young Frankenstein.
Would you like to have a roll in the hay? Roll, roll, roll in the hay.
She did say the hay.
What did I say?
You said the hay.
I'm sorry, my German accent isn't very good.
Considering your dad? Wow.
I speak French with a Spanish accent, Spanish with a German accent, and German with an American accent. All of them poorly.
And you speak Klingon with a gay accent?
Kapla.
Anyways.
No, I want to see that.
We all do now, apparently.
But we all know that gay Klingon would just get the shit beat out of him.
Okay. Not necessarily.
True. Anyway, and a lot of it was, really obvious. There's coffee in that nebula, kinds of things. But even with the kind of cliche stuff in there, it was fun. It was lighthearted when it needed to be. No. It was heavy when it needed to be and lighthearted when it didn't need to be heavy. And that's kind of what I need in a TV show. It doesn't have to be doom and gloom and serious all the time, but it needs to be that when it's appropriate.
Well, as I was explaining that television is much more of an organic natured thing. You could make a craptastic sci-fi original movie for a really cheap budget and it's just a crappy movie, but crappy series don't stick around for very long.
Certainly not 7 years.
7 years. Or 10, or... I mean, usually they don't even last half of one.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they'll get up to 2, and that's just like, well, the first season did really good, and then the second season just... It was sort of like, I think it was like V, it was like the first season did well enough, but then...
Yeah, and they were hoping the second season would take off.
Like, there are a lot of people that have never heard of Surface. Or Invasion. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been a lot of sci-fi series that Mom and I have watched on network television.
But Voyager, I think, was successful because it showed us that people in Starfleet are still people. They aren't, well, with the exception of Data and the Doctor, robots, computers. They're real. They have actual valid conflict. They have, or they can. and TV can have that without being cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
And it also showed us that you don't have to, that you can suspend your disbelief and still have the show be worthwhile episode after episode. Like, they had, 40-some torpedoes when they left the Alpha Quadrant and then used 925 more or something? Yeah, go for it.
I just want to see if Google now can do it for me. Okay, Google. How many torpedoes did the Starship Voyager start out with? Wow, that goes straight onto the Wikipedia article. Oh wait, no, that's not it. 38.
So they started with 38 and fired off.
Oh, we'll try to find that. There's a... Oh my god.
They fired off this many.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a lot. And you don't care until it gets absurd. And it got absurd, but not for several seasons. They did a good job of keeping that particular suspense intact. But more than anything, it wasn't a good show because they kept suspense there. It wasn't a good show because the characters were believable or likable. I mean, hell, there was Neelix.
So, what?
A lot of people didn't like Neelix.
Well, probably because he was a little too spunky of a character. A lot of people didn't like Ezri either. Because she also kind of came in and seemed like she replaced a good character.
Yeah. There's even a
Nobody liked Harry either.
but there's a headcanon that Neelix is a really crappy assassin.
Yeah, well, that's a headcanon that can just go away because he's not anywhere close to an assassin. I mean, there's really crappy assassin, and then there's... If Neelix is a really crappy assassin, then I am a master of Assassin's Creed 4. Because I am a shitty assassin. I just sort of run by and shank people and just be like, I gotta keep running and the guards won't catch me, and I swim halfway out to the ocean. Like, I'm terrible.
Anyway, that isn't why it's a good show. It's a good show because it's fun. And that's really what's most important, is a show that's fun, that everyone can enjoy.
I found the video, so we're not going to play it here. It's 6.5 minutes long, but I'll put it right there for here. You can click on it. It's the definitive Voyager torpedo inventory log. It's hilarious. Anyways, we'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.
I'm talking today about how to gear a ship, kind of. I have the Ryzian Corvette from last year's summer, not Summer Fire Festival, just Summer Festival, I guess.
Not festival.
Not. The Ryzian.
Hi,
thing.
I needed sandwich.
Yeah, he made a peanut butter.
No, I made peanut butter and honey.
Oh, okay. Anyway.